Welcome to the Meredith Show. Today's guest is going to touch your heart, I can assure you. And she's going to inspire you like you've never been inspired before. We want to welcome Naomi Carata Morsehead. Thank you so much for joining us, Naomi.
No, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, and let's get straight to it. We're talking about matters of the heart today,
Yes.
At least at the beginning. And it really was the beginning where you discovered there was a matter with your heart.
That's correct. Congenital heart birth defect. It's the 1 in 100 children today are born with a structural defect. Nothing they can do except see a doctor, get it fixed, and live your life full out.
Which is what you have done, and not everybody feels so secure and inspired. You have literally, absolutely turned everybody's doubts about what it's possible to do when you don't have a perfectly designed heart. Tell us a little bit about some challenges that you came up against that you soared through.
Well, the honest truth is I wore a banner that said I can't, because I believe what the doctor said for the first 15 years of my life. I ran my first mile at age 15.
Wow.
And running my first mile, I thought I'm not as fast, I'm not as slow, I'm okay. But I did not take that banner off until I was 58 years old, because I've been told don't do gymnastics, don't do football, and definitely don't stand on your head.
I can relate to that. And we don't often have it come up over conversation, but I have a hole in my heart, and I was told it could be fatal if I go, for instance, scuba diving.
Absolutely, be careful.
Yeah, and so I'm not going to do that.
No.
But you felt confident as you learned that you could do things and started trying more.
Well, what actually happened is I took a course, and one of the 6 exercises to pass the course was handstand.
Unbelievable.
I did not want to do it, but I watched, and there was girls much younger than me. I was 58 years old, and these girls were larger, and they're standing, and they're doing, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I'll just attempt it, and if I can do it. And so you need to do it 6 times. So my first time was 33 seconds.
You just held it.
I held it.
People at home, do you know how hard it is to do any kind of a stand with your hands or head? Like, unreal.
It was unreal. I
Wow.
collapsed and I said, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The 6th time, fast forward, 1 minute and 31 seconds, and the crowd of classmates were around yelling and screaming. They scared me, and I came down.
Wow.
But I was the longest staying up woman in the group, and I was beat by a man who was only 30 years old, and he was a Marine.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
But you know that banner that says I can't? Ripped it down and said I can.
Clearly, but that unlocked an amazing mission.
It did.
And it has spanned continents and countries. Tell us how you took that courage and literally move mountains.
Well, I really did not do it until I was 61. So my husband's a mountain climber, and he always asked me to go with him, go on a hike overnight. No, I don't wear backpacks. I don't do that. But then he declared on the top of Pikes Peak, which I drove up to the top and met him, Kilimanjaro! I want to go. You can't go. You're a heart patient. Yeah, but no, honey, that's where the fighter jets fly. You can't go.
Wow.
But what if my cardiologist says I can go? Well, you better get his permission. It took me 6 months
To get permission.
And then it was 8 mountains in 8 months, ending with Kilimanjaro.
Unbelievable.
So, got to the top, and I thought it was the only mountain I was ever going to climb. So in my process of getting ready those 8 months, I wrote 100 everywhere, on my nails, on my hat. Look, mending 100 hearts. I was determined to do something bigger than myself so that I could pay it forward. And so I did. And when I finished climbing that mountain, I met a man whose child needed heart surgery. So I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro to save Isai's life.
So you started raising funds to help others,
That's
period, end stop. And it started with a mission to help 100.
That's right.
But that wasn't enough for you.
Well, we beat the record.
Unbelievable. How fast did you do it?
I don't know the timing of it. I just know this is 8 years later and we're at 298 heart surgeries
Oh my
in
goodness.
many countries around the world through mendingkids.org, which does a lot more than hearts. It's just that's my focus is hearts. And so I thought I would go to 1,000. I thought when I saw my mom in heaven that she said to add a 0. So I did. But someone else said, that's not enough, Naomi. Why are you limiting yourself? And they said, let's change the name. Mending Kids Forever. No limits!
Limitless. I
Limitless.
absolutely love that. So, let's take a look at this. We have children dancing inside of the heart.
Yes, yes.
I mean, there's literally, there you go. I mean, there's literally nothing that you've come up against that has stopped you.
That's right. And we have medical teams that travel with us that are specialists that do the interventional cardiology and open heart surgery, well, different sets of doctors, and those medical teams volunteer their time. And what we look for is people to help us save a child.
Or 4 or 10 or 100.
Yes, I would like that. So I set a goal for myself to
Beautiful.
save 30 children, which is $1,000 times 30, $30,000. And one of the years of COVID, I was able to pay for an entire mission, which did 37 heart surgeries in 5 days.
Wow.
And that thrilled my heart. But it's not enough. It's not enough. So let's say that you have 9 friends, and you're number 10, and you're the superhero team leader, and you invite each of those 9 to donate $100. Boom! You got $1,000, and that will save one child's life.
Unbelievable.
If you did it every year, that'd be a whole lot of children.
Yes.
But what if all of those 10 went out and did it and did it and did it and did it? That's what I'm about. Mending Kids Forever.
I love it. Spreading the love, the hope, the courage, and influxing a lot of abundance and allowing people actually to feel like they can do something good.
And it's not just about climbing mountains. It's not just about the dollars, but it is about the connection. It's about talking to the heart of those patients. So I actually, I allow myself, I pay myself, I volunteer as a non-medical person on mission trips to other countries that are doing heart surgery. And that is such a pleasure. I cannot tell you what a joy it is to see a child be in bed one day and 3 days later walking and laughing and running.
You've actually served in many capacities volunteering. Tell us a little bit about some of the work you've done through the years.
Well, my favorite is actually children, and my favorite was not hospitals. You see, I had a lot of surgeries, a lot of exploratory surgeries, and then the major one to fix my aortic valve. I was born as a congenital heart patient with a structural defect that was renamed at age 3. But this is the pioneering days of surgery, and they didn't really know what they were doing. So they said, please wait as long as you can until. So my body kind of did okay until about 9 when I started fainting regularly.
Oh my.
And they wanted to research again, and they checked everything. Okay, you're going in for surgery right now, except the heart-lung machine wasn't available. Not once, not twice, the 3rd time. So when I went in the 3rd time to have the surgery, and they did it, the night before I heard a man say, don't say anything about death. We haven't told her she might not make it.
You heard them say it.
I heard them say it, and boom, I said, okay, God, it's you and me, because nobody else believes in me. And that started my spiritual walk, my spiritual change of depending on the Almighty for every decision that I make. Well, I did survive, and I'm here today. I'm almost 70, and I'm so excited to say my heart is in good shape. It's not perfect like yours, but what if you could help a child? What if you could help a child whose parents were desperate, who were 15 hours away from the most closed hospital, and they needed to save their child's life?
That's what you're offering to people.
I'm offering the opportunity to be a superhero.
I love it. And life is short, so why not give back? And speaking of spiritualism, I think people don't talk about the soul enough. And you mentioned it takes all of it. And as we're about to close out this beautiful segment, what do you say to people who are struggling right now with a health issue, a matter of the heart, and they don't know where to turn or how to find the courage you did?
I believe that it has to be within yourself. Now, women have intuition a bit more than men, but it doesn't matter. You know something's wrong. So find a way to correct it. If it's the doctor who's practicing medicine, find the right one. Don't give up. Take the banner that says no and wipe it off and say, I'm climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm going to save a life. I'm going to save my life. Because health is your wealth. There's nothing more important than your health. Thank God for our breathing, for our hearts, and our ability to say yes.
Thank you, Naomi. I think that the truth is, at the end of the day, we never, ever, ever know what we're coming up against, but it pays to reach out for support and be relentless in the pursuit of your health. Right. And what I love about your story is you've been relentless not only to heal yourself, but share that courage, and it's contagious. And that is the mission of the show here, everybody watching at home, is to remind people at home that you were born to shine and live a courageous life. And you are absolutely a stand for that and a huge inspiration, Naomi. Thank you for coming on to the Meredith Show.
Well, it's my pleasure. And I tell people, ACA, be aware, get knowledge, and take action.
I love it. And if you're watching at home and you feel called to support Naomi, make a donation or a connection. All of her contact information is right there for you right now. And I ask, if you or somebody you know at home has an amazing story, please don't keep it to yourself. Take a little time to share the love and your courage. Don't keep it to yourself. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Naomi.
Thank you.
If you liked today's episode, we hope that you'll like us on Facebook and stay connected. You can find us under The Meredith Show there and on Instagram under The Meredith Show. And if you or somebody you know you think will make a great guest, please email us at meredith@themeredithshow.com and my team will set up an appointment right away.